Hollywood in its golden days wasn't just about dazzling lights, breathtaking sets, or unforgettable movies. Behind all that glamour, some of the greatest stars were hiding passionate romances that few ever knew about. What made them keep it secret? Was it fear of scandal, career threats, or something even deeper? These untold stories aren't just about love, they're about heartbreak, sacrifices, and decisions that changed their lives forever. Let's uncover these hidden tales and step into the secret world of Hollywood's most legendary lovers. 1. Katharine Hepburn and Spencer Tracy. Their love story is a classic tale of devotion and sacrifice. Katharine Hepburn, the fiercely independent actress, and Spencer Tracy, the stoic leading man, shared a bond that lasted 26 years. Yet, it was a love lived in the shadows. Tracy was a devout Catholic, and his faith forbade divorce from his wife. Despite this, Hepburn stayed by his side, never marrying or pursuing other relationships. Their connection wasn't loud or flashy. It was built on respect, admiration, and quiet moments. Tracy's health declined in his later years, and Hepburn devoted herself to caring for him. She didn't attend his funeral to avoid hurting his family, a final act of love and selflessness. Their relationship was a testament to enduring love, even when lived in secret. 2. Ingrid Bergman and Gary Cooper. Ingrid Bergman and Gary Cooper's on-screen chemistry in For Whom the Bell Tolls wasn't just acting, it was a reflection of their real-life feelings. The Swedish beauty and the all-American heartthrob fell for each other during the film's production. Their romance was passionate but fleeting, as Cooper was married at the time. Their brief affair left a lasting impression on both. Bergman later described Cooper as someone who could speak to her soul without saying much. Cooper, in turn, admitted his deep admiration for her. It was a love that couldn't last, but it added a layer of authenticity to their unforgettable performances. 3. Marlon Brando and Rita Moreno. Marlon Brando was a force of nature, and Rita Moreno was irresistibly drawn to him. Their affair, which lasted 8 years, was as explosive as it was intense. Brando's charm and charisma kept Moreno coming back, even when his infidelities caused her heartbreak. Moreno once found another woman's belongings in Brando's home, but stayed because her love for him was overwhelming. Despite their tumultuous relationship, Moreno later said he was the love of her life. Their story is a reminder that some loves, even painful ones, leave a mark that time can't erase. 4. Ava Gardner and Frank Sinatra. Ava Gardner was known for her beauty, wit, and no-nonsense attitude. Frank Sinatra was a crooner with a voice that melted hearts. When these two larger-than-life personalities collided, the result was explosive. Sinatra was married to his first wife, Nancy, when he met Gardner, but that didn't stop their romance from taking off. Their relationship was passionate, tempestuous, and often dramatic. Gardner once said that Sinatra could undress a woman with his voice, and it was clear she was completely under his spell. Their love story wasn't without its challenges. Gardner's independent streak clashed with Sinatra's possessiveness, and their fiery arguments became the stuff of Hollywood legend. Despite their eventual divorce, they remained deeply connected. Sinatra was reportedly devastated when Gardner passed away in 1990, calling her the love of his life. Their relationship was a roller coaster of emotions, but it was also one of the most iconic love stories in Hollywood history. 5. Clark Gable and Loretta Young. Clark Gable and Loretta Young's love story is one of Hollywood's most poignant secrets. While filming The Call of the Wild in 1935, Gable and Young embarked on a brief but passionate affair. Young became pregnant, a situation that could have ended both their careers if it had become public knowledge. In an era when out-of-wedlock pregnancies were considered scandalous, Young took extreme measures to protect her reputation. She went into hiding, gave birth to her daughter Judy, and later adopted her to conceal the truth. Gable never publicly acknowledged Judy, though those who knew them couldn't ignore the striking resemblance. Young kept the secret for decades, only confirming it shortly before her death in 2000. Their story is a powerful reminder of the sacrifices stars had to make to preserve their public images in Hollywood's golden age. 6. Joan Crawford and Clark Gable. Joan Crawford and Clark Gable were Hollywood's worst-kept secret. Their on-screen chemistry in films like Possessed and Dancing Lady was electric, but it was their off-screen romance that truly captivated those in the know. Their relationship was unconventional and deeply rooted in mutual respect. Both were married multiple times, yet their connection remained a constant in their lives. Crawford once said that Gable was the only man who truly understood her, while Gable reportedly called her the love of his life. Though their love never became public, it endured quietly over the years. They shared a bond that transcended the fleeting nature of Hollywood relationships, proving that some connections are simply timeless. 7. Humphrey Bogart and Loren Bacall. Humphrey Bogart and Loren Bacall's love story is the stuff of legends. They met on the set of To Have and Have Not, where Bacall, just 19 years old, dazzled the much older Bogart. Despite his marriage, Bogart couldn't resist Bacall's charm. Their romance was a whirlwind. Bogart eventually divorced his wife, and he and Bacall married in 1945. They quickly became one of Hollywood's most beloved couples, both on and off screen. Bacall once said, "Bogey gave me my life," a sentiment that captured the depth of their connection. When Bogart passed away in 1957, Bacall was devastated. She carried his memory with her for the rest of her life, showing that their love was as enduring as it was profound. 8. Vivien Leigh and Laurence Olivier. Vivien Leigh and Laurence Olivier were two of the greatest actors of their time, and their love story was equally dramatic. They met while both were married to others, but their connection was too strong to ignore. They divorced their spouses and married, becoming the golden couple of British theatre and film. Their marriage was filled with passion and challenges. Leigh's struggles with mental health put a strain on their relationship, but Olivier remained supportive for as long as he could. Their love was intense, beautiful, and ultimately tragic, much like the characters they portrayed on screen. 9. Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz were a power couple who revolutionized television with I Love Lucy. Their love story was fiery and full of challenges. Arnaz's infidelities tested their marriage, but their deep affection for each other kept them together for 20 years. Their partnership wasn't just romantic, it was also creative. Together, they built Desilu Productions, changing the television landscape forever. Even after their divorce, they remained close, with Ball once saying that Arnaz was the love of her life. Their story is a reminder that love can be both messy and extraordinary. 10. Elizabeth Taylor and Richard Burton. Elizabeth Taylor and Richard Burton's romance began on the set of Cleopatra. It was a love story that captivated the world, filled with passion, fights, and reconciliations. They married and divorced twice, proving that their love was as tumultuous as it was intense. Burton wrote Taylor love letters that revealed the depth of his feelings, calling her his entire reason for being. Their story is one of a love so consuming that it couldn't be contained, making it one of Hollywood's most unforgettable romances. 11. Marilyn Monroe and Tony Curtis. During the filming of Some Like It Hot, Marilyn Monroe and Tony Curtis reportedly had a brief fling. Their on-screen chemistry was undeniable, but their real-life connection was more complex. Curtis later claimed their relationship was more physical than emotional, yet their moments together left an impact. Monroe's vulnerability and Curtis's charm created a dynamic that fascinated Hollywood insiders. Their romance was fleeting, but it added an extra layer of intrigue to one of the most celebrated films of all time. 12th. Greta Garbo and John Gilbert. Greta Garbo and John Gilbert's love story was one of Hollywood's earliest great romances. Gilbert proposed to Garbo multiple times, but she always declined, famously saying she wasn't made for marriage. Despite this, their relationship was deeply emotional and influential. Garbo's reclusive nature and Gilbert's decline in popularity led to their separation, but she never forgot him. After his death, Garbo reportedly said she regretted not marrying him. It was a love story that lingered long after it ended. 13. Bette Davis and William Wyler. Bette Davis often referred to William Wyler as the love of her life. Their affair during the filming of Jezebel brought out the best in both of them. Davis credited Wyler with helping her deliver one of her greatest performances. Their relationship was filled with passion, but Wyler's marriage meant it couldn't last. Davis carried the memory of their love with her, proving that some connections are too powerful to forget. 14. Judy Garland and Tyrone Power. Judy Garland was smitten with Tyrone Power, describing him as her ultimate dream man. Their brief romance was filled with admiration and affection. Power, known for his gentlemanly charm, cherished their time together, though it was short-lived. Garland's adoration for Power remained evident even years later. Their love story was fleeting, but left a lasting impression, showcasing the beauty of a momentary connection. 15. Cary Grant and Sophia Loren. Cary Grant fell deeply for Sophia Loren during the filming of The Pride and the Passion. He proposed to her, but Loren chose Carlo Ponti, the man she had loved for years. Grant's heartbreak was palpable, yet he never spoke ill of Loren. Their on-screen chemistry remains a testament to their connection, a reminder of what might have been. Loren later described Grant as one of the kindest and most charming men she had ever known. 16. Jean Harlow and William Powell. Jean Harlow, Hollywood's original blonde bombshell, was the epitome of glamour and charisma. William Powell, known for his wit and sophistication, was her perfect match. Their romance was a fairy tale one filled with love, laughter, and a deep connection that defied Hollywood's often superficial relationships. Harlow and Powell's love story was tragically cut short. Harlow fell ill during their relationship, and Powell stood by her side, refusing to leave. Her death at just 26 devastated him. He reportedly visited her grave regularly and never fully recovered from the loss. Their story is a poignant reminder of how fragile even the greatest loves can be. 17. James Dean and Pier Angeli. James Dean and Pier Angeli's romance was nothing short of heartbreaking. Angeli, a stunning Italian actress, met Dean during the early years of his Hollywood career. Their connection was instant and magnetic, a blend of youthful passion and mutual admiration. But their love faced insurmountable challenges. Angeli's Catholic family disapproved of Dean, seeing him as rebellious and unsuitable. Pressured by her family, she married singer Vic Damone instead. On the day of her wedding, Dean sat outside the church on his motorcycle, watching silently as the love of his life married another man. Years later, Angeli admitted that Dean was her true love. Their story is a haunting tale of love lost to societal expectations. 18. Clark Gable and Carole Lombard. Clark Gable and Carole Lombard were Hollywood's golden couple, a perfect pairing of charm and wit. Lombard, known for her sharp humor, matched Gable's rugged charisma effortlessly. Their love story began during the filming of No Man of Her Own and quickly became the stuff of legend. Gable and Lombard's marriage was filled with laughter and affection. Lombard would prank Gable, keeping their relationship lighthearted and fun. Tragically, their happiness was cut short when Lombard died in a plane crash while returning from a war bond tour. Gable was inconsolable and joined the military shortly after her death. Their love, though brief, left an indelible mark on Hollywood's history. 19. Lana Turner and Tyrone Power. Lana Turner, the glamorous sweater girl, and Tyrone Power, Hollywood's dashing leading man, shared a brief but unforgettable romance. Turner described Power as impossibly handsome and charismatic, and their chemistry was immediate. Their time together was filled with passion and admiration. Turner later recalled how Power had a way of making her feel like the only woman in the world. Though their relationship didn't last, their connection was memorable, and their brief love affair remains a highlight of Hollywood's golden era. 20. Paul Newman and Joanne Woodward. Paul Newman and Joanne Woodward's love story is a rare Hollywood tale of lasting devotion. Newman, often described as one of the most attractive men in the industry, was already married when he met Woodward. Their connection was undeniable, and Newman eventually left his first wife to marry Woodward. The couple shared more than just love. They had a deep partnership. They acted together, raised children, and supported each other's careers. Newman famously said that he never needed to look elsewhere because he already had steak at home. Their love, which lasted over 5 decades, became a beacon of hope for those who doubted Hollywood romances could endure. 21st. Marlene Dietrich and Jean Gabin. Marlene Dietrich and Jean Gabin's love blossomed during the chaos of World War II. Dietrich, known for her seductive allure and smoky voice, found stability in Gabin, a French actor whose charm and talent captivated her. Their relationship was rooted in mutual admiration and shared values. Gabin once said that Dietrich was his rock during the uncertain times of war. They lived together in Hollywood, providing each other with a sense of home amidst the chaos. Though their romance eventually ended, their bond endured, and they remained lifelong friends. 22. Orson Welles and Dolores Del Rio. Orson Welles and Dolores Del Rio's relationship was as artistic as it was romantic. Del Rio, a trailblazing Latina actress, and Welles, the genius behind Citizen Kane, were drawn to each other's creativity and intellect. Their love was intense, but their careers pulled them in different directions. Del Rio eventually returned to Mexico, leaving Welles heartbroken. Despite their separation, Welles never forgot her. He once called her one of the greatest loves of his life, proving that some connections leave a lasting impact even after they end. 23. Herbert Marshall and Gloria Swanson shared a romance that was both passionate and discreet. Swanson, one of Hollywood's original silent film icons, described Marshall as the love of her life. Their affair was complicated by Marshall's existing marriage, but their connection was undeniable. Swanson later admitted that Marshall understood her in a way no one else ever had. Though they couldn't be together in the end, their love was a quiet but profound part of Hollywood's history. 24. Gary Cooper and Lupe Velez. Gary Cooper and Lupe Velez's romance was legendary for its drama and intensity. Velez, known as the Mexican Spitfire, was fiery and passionate, and her relationship with Cooper was no exception. Their love was filled with highs and lows, with Velez once reportedly firing a gun at Cooper in a fit of jealousy. Despite the chaos, their connection was genuine, and their story became the stuff of Hollywood legend. It's a reminder that love, even when messy, can be unforgettable. 25. Ingrid Bergman and Roberto Rossellini. Ingrid Bergman and Roberto Rossellini's love story shook the world. Bergman, the Swedish starlet, fell for Rossellini, the Italian director, while filming Stromboli. Both were married at the time, and their affair caused an international scandal. Despite the backlash, their love was undeniable. They married and had 3 children, including actress Isabella Rossellini. Their story is one of defiance and resilience, proving that sometimes love requires risking everything for the chance at happiness. 26. Clark Gable and Joan Crawford. Clark Gable and Joan Crawford's relationship was one of Hollywood's longest-standing secrets. The pair starred together in 8 films, and their chemistry was undeniable. Though both had other relationships, their love endured quietly for decades. Crawford once said that Gable was the only man who truly understood her, and their connection remained strong even as their lives took separate paths. It's a story of a love that persisted, quietly but powerfully. 27. Rock Hudson and Phyllis Gates. Rock Hudson's marriage to Phyllis Gates was a carefully crafted facade to protect his career. Gates, unaware of Hudson's homosexuality at the time, genuinely fell in love with him. Their relationship was filled with affection, but Hudson's struggles with his true identity created a barrier that couldn't be overcome. Gates later expressed her wish that Hudson could have lived his truth without fear. Their story highlights the pressures Hollywood stars faced in maintaining their public personas. 28th. Laurence Olivier and Vivien Leigh. Laurence Olivier and Vivien Leigh's love story was both epic and tragic. They met while starring in separate plays and were instantly drawn to each other. Their marriage was filled with passion, but Leigh's battle with mental illness strained their bond. Despite the challenges, Olivier remained devoted to Leigh for many years. He once described her as the most enchanting woman he had ever met. Their love story is a reminder that even the greatest loves can face insurmountable struggles. 29th. Marlon Brando and Rita Moreno. Marlon Brando and Rita Moreno's relationship was as passionate as it was tumultuous. Brando's magnetic charm kept Moreno captivated, but his infidelities caused her immense pain. Their on and off affair lasted 8 years, during which Moreno struggled to reconcile her love for Brando with the hurt he caused her. Despite everything, she later admitted that Brando was the love of her life. Their story is a testament to the complexities of love and the difficulty of letting go. 30. Elizabeth Taylor and Richard Burton. Elizabeth Taylor and Richard Burton's love was larger than life. Their relationship, which began on the set of Cleopatra, was filled with passion, arguments, and reconciliations. They married, divorced, and remarried, showing that their connection was as unbreakable as it was tumultuous. Burton's love letters to Taylor revealed the depth of his feelings, calling her his reason for being. Their story remains one of Hollywood's most unforgettable romances, proving that love, even when messy, can be extraordinary. Hollywood's golden age wasn't just about movies, it was about the hidden lives of its stars, the romances they cherished, and the secrets they kept. These love stories, filled with passion, heartbreak, and drama, shaped not just their lives, but the myths of Hollywood itself. Which couple's story surprised you the most? Drop a comment and let us know. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more captivating stories. And if you want to be the first to hear about our next video, hit the bell icon. Until next time, keep the magic of old Hollywood alive.